do it next time. Let's go. Turn it up.
Oh,
Turn
baby.
it up. Never been up 2-0. Never been up 3-0, baby. Let's go. And you know what comes next. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Let's go. Friday night at the DNVR bar, fellas, and it was lit tonight. My God. And to make things even better, we got a brand new shirt drop.
Oh, are you kidding?
Eric, I swear to God, man. I swear to God.
I know.
We're going to have to dedicate your brain to science one day.
Let's do it tonight.
Let's try. We should do it. Look at this gorgeous thing. Can we spend just a second real quick with you describing this?
Big fan of Shepard Fairey. This is an homage to his world famous Obey brand. This is our king, our Lord, our Savior, MVP. Unmistakable, very powerful looking image. He's back to back. Iconic. He is still the reigning MVP.
That's right.
And we know the truth. We know the truth.
We do know the truth, absolutely. You can get that thing, of course, at DNVRlocker.com. An absolutely gorgeous shirt. And if you're listening to this after the fact as a podcast and you can't see that, I tell you, go to DNVRlocker.com because you're going to want to see this gorgeous work of art from Eric. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I didn't even check. Did we do okay tonight, Dev?
Probably not.
Well, it doesn't matter. You know what? Not going to kill my Friday vibes. Over here, I got a man drinking a beer with a little fruit in it. It's Brennan Vogt.
You want to talk about a Friday vibe? It's a sliding door at the bottom of our stairwell. When you're in the playoffs and the Nuggets win, and you run down those stairs and you open the door, it's just humanity. It's life. It's Denver. It's vibes. Vibes are tremendous.
I'm telling you guys. The DNVR bar, man, we were waiting it because the game 1 was good. Game 2 was a little bit better, but game 3 tonight was when it was the DNVR bar again. The one we've been waiting for.
We're back.
For this playoffs. The energy was unbelievable. It was a great, great time. Over here, though, I got the genius himself, D-Line.
Guys, today started with me sitting down to do this show with you, the series of shows, and I took a 5-hour energy drink, and we realized that wasn't enough. Those weren't enough hours.
It really is bad branding by them. We thought 5-hour energy.
I literally need a 7-hour energy drink.
You got a whole other hour ahead. Drink another one. Get this man a 2-hour energy. He's got to go. And then over there, of course, the superstar of the group, Superstar
Honestly,
Dev.
the vibes tonight, immaculate. The bar was insane. The chants, the screaming. We got one of the wildest chants I've ever heard at the bar.
Which one?
About Rudy Gobert?
I can't say it. Just know that there was some very bad. There was bad terms.
I'll be your interpreter. He said, they said, "You're a pussy," over and over.
I couldn't believe that they did it, but that just goes to show you how wild of a night it was.
Yeah,
here. Every single person that came here had a good time,
and how much of a pussy he is. They didn't talk about that ahead of time. Yeah. They all just knew that's what they were supposed to say.
There was kids here and stuff like that. They started chanting. It was wild.
I'm telling you, like, I've seen, like, on Reddit or on Twitter, like, before, people being like, oh, they just talk about the bar because they're just trying to make money, this or that. Guys, this place really is magical a lot of times. And in nights like this, it's like, there was no better place in the city of Denver. I really believe that. There was not a better vibe in all of the city of Denver than this bar tonight.
Well, it started with an hour of half price on Serbia's national drink. I'm telling you, there is a Nuggets bar in Denver. It's on Colfax in New York.
There's only one in the entire world. All right, let's do a fast breakdown right now as I go through the notes. Right off the top, and this is going to be a big talking point for me today, but Gobert guarding Jokic to start. You can make a decision if you're Chris Finch. Do I put Karl Anthony Towns on Jokic and then use Gobert as the help, or do I put Gobert and use Towns as the help? Here's the problem. Towns sucks at defense, but he also sucks at help side defense. So it's a real Sophie's choice, but I will tell you, I think that I shouldn't say objectively. My opinion is that you're still better off with Rudy being the help guy because he just sees things. Karl Anthony Towns made nothing but mistakes, and to be honest with you, Jokic not afraid of Gobert. He went right at him to start this game. He set the tone. He just went out in that first 5 minutes and just was like, "Oh, you're gonna have Gobert guard me." You guys realize that's not a good strategy, right? That's a bad strategy. Kyle Anderson picked up 2 fouls very, very quickly. Jokic with 9 points, and then Michael Porter Jr. just playing it great. This was a great Michael Porter game. We might bring him up a couple times later in the show.
Your favorite rap song of all time.
Oh, hell yeah. I just said it's one of the best. And you want to know something? You know how many people reached out to me to tell me, hey, great take, Adam. Don't listen to the guys on that panel.
Oh, if we want to talk about if we want to talk about hip hop knowledge,
I'm not claiming hip hop knowledge. I'm just saying this is a great.
But you said it was the best.
I said to me, I think it's the best. Now you can have a different best. It's a song, but I'm telling you, this is right here, classic. 28-28 at the end of one for the Denver Nuggets. Solid defensive bench minutes. This to me is one of the big keys of this series. How do you win the start of the second, start of the fourth quarter minutes? They get dicey because we're like shook. But the Nuggets bringing out two starters, you know, it's been Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. It's been absolutely great. Although Aaron Gordon did pick up 2 fouls. He's been in foul trouble every single game in the series. It really sucks. 10-point Nuggets lead thanks to a Murray flurry in the second quarter. And then AG picks up his 3rd foul. Back to the bench for AG. I feel so bad for him. He barely played again tonight. I guess he's getting a lot of rest. KCP had back-to-back turnovers. So the Nuggets were up 13 points. He goes up for a layup on a 3-on-1. He could have laid it off. It would have pushed it to 15 with like 2 minutes to go. Instead, he turned it over. They score. He turned it over on the next play, and they score. And the next thing you know, the Nuggets are only up 6 going into the half, 61-55. Nuggets, I don't know if I'm just saying this, they should have blown out. All 3 games should have been a blowout. Instead, they merely won.
Dude, when you get to a point in your playoff watching where you have a preference on the way they win, that's when you know you're living life right.
I'm just saying there's levels to what Denver can do. Like, they're playing really well, but they're still like shooting themselves in the foot just a little bit. Yeah. And that should be encouraging that they have another gear. Jokic, 3 fouls. He picked up a purposeful foul to start the half. Then he picked up his third to make his second. Then he picked up his third. Then he picked up his 4th. Happens all the time. We'll talk about that later. Minnesota was in the bonus with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left. Nuggets were up 7, and now Jokic goes to the bench. But you want to know, this was maybe the play of the game, because that moment to me was, you're a little nervous about which way it's going to go. Bruce Brown ISO'd Karl Anthony Towns 2 times in a row at that exact moment. And then after cooking him, getting to the rim, cooking him as hard as you can, he beelined it for the Wolves' bench and said something. I imagine he was doing the chant that we were doing at the bar, only to the bench. Bruce, man, he knows how to like stick the knife in you. Like, oh, I'm scoring on you, and I'm going to make sure. Do you see what I'm doing?
I mean this, it's going to sound like a knock. In a sports context, I think it's important. Bruce Brown is an asshole. Bruce Brown wants to fight you, and he wants to tell you that you lost the fight in front of all your friends.
You got to be able to back it up, but you know what? A guy that's willing to like raise the stakes, that like he just tells you he has self-belief, man. He's like, no, it's not good enough that we're in a playoff game on the road. I've got to make these guys like, I've got to put my neck on the line for all of these, and he just elevated it. And I'm telling you, one of the storylines is the Wolves aren't about it, man. No. He's talking shit, and they're not like, oh, we'll show him. They're kind of like, oh, yikes. This guy's kind of tough. A little scary. Murray looked dead tired to end the third quarter. He'd played 32 minutes up to that point. I commented on it on the live show. He has hands on his knees every possession, but kept scoring. It's like he had to take the whole possession to like catch his breath, and then he'd go, boom, bucket.
You know what we forgot, though, because it's been a minute? That's just the Jamal experience.
That is the Jamal experience. 94-88 Nuggets entering into the fourth. Jokic comes out. He'd been sitting for half the quarter. He was a little passive to start, but Christian Braun, who was playing with him, came up with 4 big plays in that sequence. Finishes at the rim, finishes over Gobert after Gobert blocked him. He still finished it, got an assist, and the lead ballooned up to 10. Then Jokic just shook Gobert. I just put a note in here. Do you guys remember the fake Gobert drives, then Jokic lays it up with one hand so easy? I just put it in there because he cooked Gobert, and anybody that had any tiny sliver of confidence inside a Target Center just went home after that play. They're like, we're going to get embarrassed. Ugly, down the stretch, nobody could do anything until Michael Porter Jr. hit a series of daggers to put this game over, including a 3-pointer. All right, Dev, those are the notes. Take us away. What's your big takeaway?
My big takeaway in this game is that Denver was so good that it did not matter. It did not matter that Jamal and Jokic did not have to go crazy for them to win the game. It did not matter that Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards had a monster game. It did not matter that the free throw discrepancy was so bad that they still overcame it because they're that good that they go up 3-0 in a game that didn't go all the way their way, and it's still they were in control from start to finish.
35-13, Dev. 35 free throws.
And most of those free throws for the Nuggets came in the very end.
The very, very end. 13. Anthony Edwards had 15 free throws. The Denver Nuggets collectively had 13. Nikola Jokic had 0. But guess what? It
0.
did not matter. The Nuggets still got to win. D-Line, what's your big takeaway?
My big takeaway is that the balanced attack of the Denver Nuggets was on display tonight. Every Nugget is good. Truly, they have figured out that there just take shifts. There's like an MPJ time, then there's Murray time, then there's Jokic time, then there's Bruce Brown time, and then there's Christian Brown time. And it's just like somebody senses the moment. KCP, doesn't matter. It's like somebody is ready for the moment in every moment. The Denver Nuggets are such a complete team. The Denver Nuggets are oozing with confidence at this point, and like, why wouldn't you? Like, this series, if not in 4, this thing is an absolute wrap. The Timberwolves gave you everything they had tonight, and it was not even close to enough. Like, truly, at the end of the day, all this team has is Anthony Edwards, and then they have Cat is such a nothing. Rudy Gobert is just a big guy that's a big clumsy guy. Like, there's just no heart in that squad. Obviously, they were fighting each other coming down the stretch. Like, and you see why. Like, they don't really know how to play together. They know how to, like, let Anthony Edwards cook, and then everything else is just sort of, like, clunky and weird. So, Denver Nuggets are good. Let's go.
I love it. Total team win. What do you got for us, Vogt?
Well, you guys know where I'm going to go with it.
Look,
Give Vogt the rock.
Hold on, give him the rock.
I didn't want to
Vogt the rock.
Space the court.
If you guys remember, there were probably 5 weeks left in the season. I said I don't want to wait to the playoffs to tell you that I think Michael Porter Jr. is a circle of trust guy. I saw it then, and it's a cold take now. Michael Porter Jr., Michael Malone had that quote about how if they're going to win a championship, he has to be important to what they're doing. When Tim Connolly gave Michael Porter Jr. that max contract and said, we need you to work, we need you to be that guy, that's when the title window opened. And that title window is open as long as these 3 guys are healthy together. And it's not Jamal and Jokic. It's Jamal and Jokic and Mike.
We're in the Vogt-perbole hours.
I stand on it.
He is the DraftKings Sportsbook's king of the game. Do we have it ready to go yet, Kel? Michael Porter Jr. tonight, 25 points. He was the leading scorer for the Denver Nuggets tonight, guys. I don't even know if you knew that. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. He was a +9, 10 of 17 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. And I'm telling you, 4 of 8, I still feel like he's like A-. You know what I mean?
You're like, why'd you miss 4, dude?
Yeah, why'd you miss 4? There's
Totally.
2 or 3 of those I just knew were in. The dude is unbelievable. The way he has really figured out where he fits into this team is just so freaking awesome to watch. We talk about complaining about the way the league is covered, by the main media partners, the ESPNs, the TNT. I've been going on pods lately. People have been like, all right, it's playoffs. I want to talk to a Denver person. They'll reach out, this or that. And they always ask me, like, what is the story of the Nuggets this year? And there's a lot of them, but I'm like, Michael Porter, like, becoming a piece of the team. Not a good player, but a piece to me is the part of this. Because they brought in KCP, who's a good fit. Aaron Gordon's a good fit. Murray and Jokic are the stars. Porter's the one that you're like, I don't know, what is he? Is he a star? Is he a role player? The answer is he's both. He does both. Sometimes he's a role player who is just fitting in the way KCP fits in. Other times it's get Mike the Rock. He's going to the rim. He's finishing off balance over Gobert. He's attacking. His layup package is sneaky good because it never looks great. He's never doing like Kyrie finishes.
But he's 7 feet tall.
But he's 7 feet tall and he just finishes them. He has great touch. I'm so impressed with Michael Porter. His Q score really is at an all-time high. And your thing about the circle of trust was absolutely spot on. It would be absurd at this moment not to feel as though he is a circle of trust guy. That's how good he's playing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. is showed and proven in these playoff series, they really do have a big 3. Like, I think that there was questions going into it, like, hey, is it Jamal and Jokic? Like, no, like Vogt said, there's another person who is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. Tonight was all about Mike. That's all we heard the entire time. Because he made it a way to get involved. He's finishing at the rim, probably better than anybody on the team right now. He's getting to,
tonight he was for
getting
sure.
to his spots. He took 17 shots in the game. You always want to see him take shots. When he's taking shots, that the offense is just humming. The offense is just flowing, and that's with him. It's not just straight 3-pointers. But when he shoots them, they look good.
I know.
And then on top of that, 9 rebounds in the game. He could have had a double-double. He's being consistent and showing up when Denver needs him most.
To me, it's like it says everything about where this team is at. Like, We're talking about Michael Porter Jr. having one of his best games ever. He had 25 points. Like, that's not even a lot. That's not a lot of points. It's like there's just contributions coming from everywhere. And there's like, last game, Murray pours in 40 points. Does that need to be the way that the Denver Nuggets go about their business? Absolutely not. When the Minnesota Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards score 40 points, what's the strategy next game? We're going to feed Ant. That's all we have to do. The Denver Nuggets have so many ways to just eviscerate whatever it is you're trying to do to them. Jokic can go off. We still haven't seen a Jokic full takeover. It's just
takeover.
We haven't
Have we seen a half takeover?
I mean, even for stints.
Right.
We haven't even seen stints where it's like, okay, Jokic time, get out of the way, let him ISO. We get him every now and again, but it's just, it is the beautiful construction of this team that we've seen and we've just been waiting for, and here it is, baby.
My big takeaway, if you guys have been watching the show long enough, you've heard me say that if the Nuggets ever win a championship, it's going to be in the mold of the 2014 Spurs. That's the team I always call back to say the Nuggets can take a lesson from them. And the reason is because Jokic is the ultimate guy to play that style. It's when you say, Denver hasn't gone into their bag yet because their bag is the two-man game. They did a little bit of it tonight. Murray had that nice behind the back. But that's where they go to their best. But they know that they don't have to go there because they have such an equal opportunity offense. And look at this. Aaron Gordon tonight, 14 points.
It's unreal.
KCP, 14 points. Murray, 18. Jokic, 20. Porter, 25. Bruce, 12. Jeff Green, 8.
Unreal.
Christian Braun, 9. Everybody in that same group, everybody scoring. It's so balanced. And the best part of it is that everyone, including and perhaps even especially Michael Porter, understands exactly how they fit into it. Denver is not at a championship level yet, but they are far and away further than they've ever been 3 games into the playoffs.
No question.
They look better with each game. The first game they dominated because the Wolves weren't quite ready for it. But these last 2, they have faced adversity. They've faced these moments, and they've won not because they went to the heroics of their stars.
Not at
they
all.
won because they went to this cohesive, connected style of basketball, and that's so encouraging. It's going to be needed later on.
Yes.
Heroics from Murray, heroics from Jokic. But the fact that you can win maybe an entire round of the playoffs just playing this style, unbelievable. Over the moon for
They're
it.
so mature. They're such a
Yeah, they
mature
really are.
team. And that's, you
Such
have
a
to
good
remember
take.
that this core, they've been in a lot of Game 7s together. They've gone through a lot together, ups and downs. They've been panicked. They've been composed. In the regular season, the playoffs, they've seen it all. And I've said it on other shows, Minnesota is still asking these questions of themselves that Denver answered several iterations ago. And so when it got tight in quarter 3 in Game 2, when it got tight in the fourth quarter of Game 3, the Wolves got tight. The Nuggets did not. The Nuggets stayed composed. You look at the free throw disparity, as Dev pointed out to start the show. There's a version of the Nuggets in years past that start playing that game against the referees. They did not do that tonight. They made sure they kept the Wolves as the focus, the Wolves as the opponents. It's a very mature, I know it's 1 seed, 8 seed, but think about it, fellas. 6 games is the best they've done. 6 games. They're on the verge of a sweep right now. It's a different team.
They're unbothered, Dev, and I think this is what you're saying. I love that you said mature because this is a young Wolves team, even though Towns is the same age as Jokic, a young Wolves team and a team that's been there in the Nuggets that's just been waiting for this. The contrast is night and day about which team is like. Mike Seeger had a tweet today. I thought it was a really good one where he said, cut it to 6, fourth quarter, whatever, and Denver's just like, yeah, we got this. Just so unbothered and relaxed by it.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the maturity, you talk about the versatility, but the biggest thing right now is focus. Even the times that they go on runs, Minnesota, Denver hasn't gave up a huge run where they're on the other end of that run where they're having to call timeouts and try to figure it out. They haven't had to figure out much. It's like, okay, let's just calm ourselves down. Let's get it back in. And let's get back to us.
Right.
They're the team that is in full control, where they're not having those same type of things that we've seen even 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Like they really are a team that has shown, hey, not only did we turn on the switch, it's not coming off. We're gonna try to close this team out. We're gonna go on the road and win one over there. We're not going to be satisfied with that. They didn't go into this game, go up late in the game and then start taking crazy shots. It was still the same focus. It was still the same, hey, we're going to take this seriously, and we're going to, finish them out there if we have to, and then figure it out from there. So really, it's a different type of feeling. You know what? It's step up time.
It's step up time, baby.
It really is, man. All right, let's take our first break. We do have Harrison Wynn, by the way, live in Minnesota. He'll be joining the show a little bit later on. But first, we'll also get all to your super chats. So if you're super chatting, send them in. We'll get to them later on.
Well, if you're not in the bar, first of all, that's your first mistake. But let's just say you can't make it. You might have noticed it's difficult to watch your favorite channels, your favorite sports teams. It's a little easier now with Fubo TV, 140 plus live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news. Like your Nugs and your Avs, who, of course, on a joint playoff run right now. Shout out Avs, saving themselves there in Game 2. You can catch both these teams on Altitude and ABC with Fubo TV. Also, the CU Buffs coming up. So, whatever your Colorado sports fancy is, you're going to want to get Fubo. Start watching immediately with a 7-day free trial. And we can do better than that, too. We got a code for you. If you go to www.fubotv.com/DNVR, that's us, FuboTV.com/DNVR. Get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. If you're still trying to figure out what you want your home TV system to look like, try Fubo. They're going to get the Nuggets and the Avs back on your TV. Talk about Shady Rays, one of my favorite companies, because I'm the type of fellow that breaks stuff a lot. The only thing I do more than break stuff a lot is lose stuff. And
let's go.
That's where Shady Rays comes in handy, because when you buy one of their polarized pairs of sunglasses, if you don't like it, if you lose it, if you break it, you can exchange it. They're super dope like that. You don't even have to lose it or break it. You can just not even like it. Within 30 days, they'll give you a free exchange. There is no risk when you shop. The only risk you run is looking a little too dope and
tough.
Putting your friends down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
Not everyone's got those Shady Rays like you do. So our listeners need to check out the best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Fellas, ladies, try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
Everybody, throw a like for us, too, as we join segment 2. The likes always help us grow the show.
Yeah,
we want to get all the Nuggets in here. And by the way, if you're on Twitter, retweet one of the fellas for the lounge. Let Mile High Basketball know that we're in the house tonight.
Absolutely. Make this, you guys know what this community is. You guys are a part of it. You are the reason. You are the community. Let's make it bigger and bigger. The Denver Nuggets are worth it, man.
The Denver Nuggets are definitely worth it. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic now, because it's fun to talk about him.
Who?
A triple-double tonight. There was a tweet, maybe you could find it, Kale. I think it came from StatMuse, where Jokic has more triple-doubles than 22 NBA teams, more playoff triple-doubles than 22 NBA teams, which is kind of wild. I think I got that one right. He goes for 20 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal. He did have 4 turnovers to go along with 4 player fouls, 9 of 13. And here's what I love. I had my half-court heave that he would make 3 threes. Went 2 of 3. I was so close. I just felt the 3 tonight.
You were wrong.
He airballed 1, but he made the other 2. Yoke. I always joke that you could tell Michael Malone what kind of practice it was by what mood is he in. I feel like you can kind of tell are the Nuggets winning based on Yoke. Yoke is so relaxed.
He is their weather vane. Absolutely. Whichever the way the wind is blowing, first off, he'll let you know it, but he's also the cause of the wind.
Yeah, that's true.
He is the entire ecosystem. The Nuggets truly go as he goes. If Jokic is locked in and ready to go, everyone else is oh my God. He hasn't really had to be that, and it's cool because other people are then stepping up in his stead.
But I think he is stepping up.
He is, but
he's not stepping up as a scorer. But the Nuggets tonight had a...
Yeah, I don't mean to make it sound negative. I just mean he hasn't had to.
Right. I mean, and I almost feel like it is by design. Later on,
yes, I agree.
Some guys are going to fade to the background, and I just feel like this is the part where it's hey, man, let everybody eat, get them in rhythm, get them confident.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the biggest difference. It looks like he's in chill mode or calm or anything like that, but like you said, it's by design. he's not just out there just like relaxed to the point where, you know, guys are just feeling like they could take crazy shots or the switch is off. Like, he still is like having, you know, monster games just in different ways than what we're expecting. He had, like 29 points, 27 points in the last game. This game he has a quiet triple-double, but he's setting the table for everybody to eat, grabbing every single rebound and battling. And also, he's making it a point to go at the four-time defensive player. Three-time defensive player of the year. Like a real point. And he loves it. That's the part about it. He's not even looking at him. He's just talking about like, hey, he's fouling me every single time. And guess what? I'm going to go down there and I'm going to score on him again.
He is doing a smirk, man, that's like so disrespectful.
I love it.
It's such a disrespectful smirk.
It kind of tells the whole story.
It really does.
So what D-Line was just saying, it's like, oh, if I had to do that every time, I would just do that every time. That one was just for fun. Let's get back to the egalitarian thing. My only Jokic concern is the wrist, not his approach.
I didn't think about it a lot tonight, though. He took 2 threes.
The air ball, there was one.
Well, he did airball
There was
one.
one layup from the left side where he probably should have just gone with his left, but it was like a two-handed and went with his right, and he kind of shanked it. Maybe I'm in my head. I'm just used to the.
He missed 3 shots tonight.
I know, but he is a god. He doesn't miss shots. So when he
so
misses
true.
in the paint, I'm a little. My point being, his approach, the way he's playing, all of that stuff, no concerns through 3 games.
Yeah. I will say, do you guys remember, like, I was the biggest Gobert hater.
Oh, yeah.
But then the whole world turned on him so hard that I almost felt bad. And I was like, man, I'm the bully, you know, like I'm bullying this poor kid. I mean, he's 30 years old. But so I actually feel bad about Gobert because he's not a terrible player. He's by no means a bad player. In fact, watching the team tonight, I actually feel like he's in hell because he is on a team. He is the guy that's like pushing people to do their defensive assignment. Like, you are now at the run out of that. Like, you could tell that he's the only one that sees everything. But that being said, no one disrespects him more than Nikola Jokic. That man has no. Do you remember in the bubble when we were like, tough matchups, got to go at him? From then, that was the last time the Nuggets were whole. Hold on. Here's the thing. The last time the Nuggets were whole, Gobert was a challenge for Jokic.
Yep.
But what's really happened since then is that, you lost Murray, you lost Porter, now those guys are back, you got KCP. But also different and underrated is that Jokic is so much better. He was not an MVP the last time this team was whole. Now he is, and he goes up against Gobert and like is joking around. He's like, I'm going to shoot this one lefty because it's funny. It's way funnier what if I make him jump that way and then spin this way for an easy layup in the paint? He is, I'm sorry, man, he is humiliating Gobert.
It's incredible.
And not only is he like humiliating him, it's the way that he's doing it. This is second nature to him because Denver's not showing their cards at all. And also Jokic is like, this is not him right now. Like, it's like, hey, I'm doing what the team needs for me to do. I'm going to drop this off. I'm going to be physical. Like right now, the physicality is like really what's different. When like he's like, I'm going to go in the paint. I'm going to have to shoot floaters right now. So he's just doing all right-hand hooks every single time on Gobert. So this is not even his game of just like, hey, I'm just going to destroy him in the way that I want to. He's given what the defense is taking every single time. So if he's able to put up these type of performances when the defense is forcing him to put up these type of performances, what about when he pushes the pace? Or what about when he has to dig deeper? Right now, I don't think that he is. That's humiliation.
It really is, man. He is embarrassing that poor man. Kale, will you bring up Walter's comment from you just have to scroll up just a tiny amount. He says, Ant was pissed when he didn't screen Bruce Brown and got swatted for 3. We were talking about this on the live show. So DeAndre Jordan checked in. DeAndre Jordan, by the way, a -4 in 0 minutes tonight. He was just in for 2 possessions. That was one of them. And this is what I mean about Gobert being on a team with a bunch of guys who don't read the court very well. It's just like Jokic. Jokic gets annoyed when other people don't. So DeAndre Jordan checks in, and immediately a player should realize we need to find a pick and roll because DeAndre Jordan deep drops on pick and roll. That's where he really struggles. Gobert read it. Ant did not. And Ant ran and basically intercepted the ball from Gobert, who didn't screen anybody, and he gets blocked. They inbounded again. He tells Ant, get the hell out of the way, go to the other side. And they run a pick and roll for Mike Conley and get a wide open 3 that they knock down. So it's one of those things where, yes, Ant was pissed, but he was wrong, and he didn't even know he's wrong. That's the thing, and that's the difference between a Nuggets team who's been led by Jokic for all these years. They're now all at his level, at least, taking his guidance, and the Wolves who, like, Gobert. Poor Gobert is in hell.
Poor Gobert. That's the only time we've heard a pro Gobert segment.
The only time you ever will. Tell me about Jamal Murray's night tonight, Vogt. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. A little bit of everything. Did not shoot the ball from 3 well, 1 of 6.
Curious, do you know how many turnovers he finished with?
4, I believe. 3.
So
3.
Started the first 6 minutes were rough. And it's not about stats or anything. He just wasn't reading the floor well after a massive scoring
a little too
explosion.
aggressive, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe just, I think sometimes he overthinks. Do I try to score 40? Are we doing the ball is popping thing? Where do I fit into that?
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem easy to me, so it's not a huge criticism. But he navigated it. And I thought by the end of the first half, we were kind of back to regularly scheduled programming. Thought he was reading the pick and roll pretty well. Felt confident in that mid-range. Jamal's been defending well in this series, and he did not defend well in this regular season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Didn't expect him to, coming off that injury. But I think he's turned a corner. He's really engaged, and I think right now we have a version of Jamal that can give you a B-plus performance without scoring 23 or more, you know? He's contributing in other ways. He's rebounding well. He's defending well. And I have a lot of confidence in him right now. It's not just the 40-piece from the other night, but when it got to clutch time, I don't know if it technically did, I was like, oh, Jamal and Jokic know what to do. So I thought Jamal navigated some early bumps in the road and ended up playing a pretty good game.
To your point about the defense, Denver tonight, a 120, according to Cleaning the Glass, a 120 offensive rating, a 111 defensive rating. Both of those numbers are outliers in the right direction. Good for offense, good for defense. Dev, how do you analyze Jamal Murray tonight?
I feel like early on he was like pressing and just trying to find his way, especially hunting I just had a monster game, so how do I pick it up from there? He missed some shots. I feel like he over-dribbled at times and just could not find his rhythm. As the game progressed, I felt like he got comfortable in, hey, it's not my night, so I'm going to find other guys. I'm going to get everyone else involved. So we got to see him come up with 9 assists. In that, there was a time that Minnesota went on their own run where he's like, okay, let me put them to bed. Like I have to like step out and I have to score. And we started seeing him hunt the mismatch. He's doing a great job of just like attacking Mike Conley over and over and over.
Yeah.
If he gets the switch with a guard that's a lot smaller than him on him, he has elite, footwork where he uses his size and he's knocking down those tough shots. So we got to see like the full bag of Jamal Murray, both good and bad, but he's playing winning basketball.
For sure. I mean, he was pressing a little bit. I expected him to keep up his momentum that he had from the last game, which he didn't really, but it didn't matter. Like that's what I love is that he didn't go into full hero mode, but like Dev so astutely pointed out, it didn't matter. Like none of this matters. Like Jamal played his role perfectly. He was not, however, perfect, but in the context of what we need, like coming down the stretch, like he gets the double on on Ant and ends up stealing the ball. And anytime that the something was required of the Nuggets, like oftentimes Jamal Murray is the one to step up and fill that role. It's been it's just so great to see, man. So great.
Yeah, the music was really low.
Right.
Now you can.
I got the bends there really quick.
Who else do you think deserves a mention here tonight?
Aaron Gordon. I was just actually looking for the game logs. I want to knock on all the wood. Has he missed one free throw in this series?
You're right. You know what? And he's hit some big ones. And
he has to draw them right now. These typically open looks at the rim he's had all season. They're contested. Rudy's there. And so he's had to be strong, be physical. Fouls are called on him, but he's earning trips to the free throw line, and he has knocked them down so far. I think he's only missed one in this series. The foul trouble's been a problem. However, when he's been on the floor, I think Gordon's had a very nice series.
Oh, no question about it.
He rebounded really well tonight. I think only 7 total, but some of them were grown man, like important rebounds. I just think after a month and a half of Gordon maybe coloring outside of the lines in March and April, he is very focused and doing the specific things Denver's asked of him.
Are you worried at all about the foul trouble, Eric? Every game, 3 in a row, he's been in foul trouble.
I'm worried. No, I'm not. I mean, they've won all three. It hasn't really been a factor. If they were going to face another team that was constructed like the Minnesota Timberwolves, I would be a little bit more nervous.
Possibly the Lakers, possibly the Kings.
Yeah, but nobody's quite like. I mean, like he gets his fouls when he's matched up on Rudy Gobert. But when he's it's just like these massive guys that he has to really body to be able to do anything against, and he gets in bad positions. And he's forced to do things he's not normally doing. So you kind of understand it. I mean, I'm not at all worried because again, it doesn't matter at all in this series, and I don't think it's going to be something we have to monitor moving forward. But I just appreciate, he is just another example of a guy that is willing to step up and do something maybe a little bit outside of his comfort zone because the team needs it, and everybody is so bought in and so locked into the Nuggets' ultimate goal here that it's great to see. I mean, I do long for the middle of the season, Christmas time era Aaron Gordon, where he was coming in and he was dominating offensively. He was sort of doing a lot more because there were players out and it was needed of him.
Right.
But it's just like another perfect glue guy, another superstar / glue guy, which fits the 6 guys in this team can fit that description.
How do you grade him so far in this series, Dev?
I'll say a C+, B-. The only reason I say that is because I feel like this is a tough series for him. They have 2 centers that they now have made the adjustment of trying to give them the ball every single time, where that's tough for anybody to be in, especially if you're undersized having to guard true centers.
Right.
But, on the flip side, he is doing enough to stay out of the way. He's not over doing anything. And also, I think the biggest thing, which maybe I should give him a little bit higher, we're not saying, hey, he looks banged up or he looks, he's laboring out there. He looks like he's getting closer to being healthy as the playoffs, are continuing. That's not at all what we saw, a year ago. Right. So I think that's a comfortable spot to be in. That's a great spot to be in. And also, they're going to really need him in the next round where it is going to be a time that he has to step up in different ways. I'll give him a little bit higher.
I have him in a B, kind of a B plus range for this series.
I'll say everybody tonight hit a 3 except for Bruce. Bruce was 0 of 1. But Christian Braun, 1 of 2. Jeff Green, 1 of 4. KCP, 3 of 6. Murray, 1 of 6. 2 of 3 from Yoke. 4 of 8 from Porter. 1 of 2 from Gordon. Everybody got 8 on the 3-point action, man.
Dude, everybody ate tonight except for me, Eric Weedham. I didn't get my hamburger during the live stream. I hate myself.
People were asking, too.
I know, dude.
I want to talk about Bruce Brown. I thought was great in this one as well. He gets a block and a steal in this game.
He was great.
He was a plus 11, a game high. Him and AG both. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 8 shooting. The guy's just tough, man. He brought a lot of toughness tonight. The steal he got on Karl-Anthony Towns made some bad plays. He's having a disasterful series.
Sucks.
He kind of does, man.
I can't believe how bad this dude is. I can't believe we lived in a world where there was an honest-to-God, very earnest conversation about who the better player was, Nikola Jokic or Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is a number 1 overall pick. Nikola Jokic was drafted 41st overall, and Karl-Anthony Towns sucks.
But it's not, what's funny? Not that he's playing well, but it's not talent. It's just in these moments where it's all about the best players reading the floor, what does the game need? What does my team need from me? What does this moment call for? I just feel like Cat is a mile off base in every moment.
It is funny. We get to be right at so many things, including all of the battles we had early on about Towns or Jokic. Who would you take? Who would you rather build around? And people laughed at us, laughed in our faces, saying "Oh, you guys are crazy if you think Jokic is better than Karl-Anthony Towns."
Number 1, the man with
and you watch him tonight. I'm not trying to just pile on him, but it's not comparable. I mean.
Anthony Edwards is their best player.
Michael Malone's little barb of saying hey, Towns is their second best player is
he overestimated it.
He really
their 5th best player.
He's actually closer, I think, to the 3rd than the 1st.
He's closer to Prince than he is to the King.
Chat pointing out Karl-Anthony Towns, the Cat, just no dogging him.
No dogging Cat at all.
Or that he's a pussy.
Well, you can go there as well. Christian Braun, I think, is the last guy that deserves a little bit of a shout out tonight because he had 9 points, 2 assists. That's it for the stats, by the way. He didn't have anything else. 4 of 5 from the field, and they were all big. I don't know. He did play 14 minutes. I think his defense, generally speaking, is very good, and I like when he's on the court. but his offense is shaky to me. He hit a 3. He made some clutch layups, including one he got blocked on. Look, he doesn't have to do anything spectacular. He has to do his job. Tonight, he did his job, and his shots were weirdly some of the most clutch of the game, even though they were just layups, Dev.
Yeah, he's pushing the tempo every single time that he's out there, and his is not even all about hustle. It's just about energy. He brings a new sense of energy when he's on the court. He plays extremely hard. And also, he challenged multiple, the stars of their team. It's not like he's just going after anybody. Not like he's just, attacking their bench. He had a tough finish on Anthony Edwards, in which he let him know that it was a tough one. And also, Rudy Gobert blocked him at the rim. It still went in.
I know.
Like, he's going after, whoever. And you just want your young guy to just show, like, hey, I'll go in your foxhole for you. Like, I'm gonna play hard. I'm gonna, do whatever I have to do. And I'll back you on those type of things. So Christian Braun just he proves that he is a true competitor in every sense of the word.
Yeah, and I have to say, shouts at him for the first time in my life. You saw this coming. You were saying this the entire year that you anticipated truly that Christian Braun would be somebody that we look to play defense coming down the stretch, potentially in the playoffs. It's the type of thing that was sorely lacking from the Denver Nuggets in years past, and like why we, had all these like super heartbreak series. I just didn't see a world where a rookie would get minutes like this, but man, he is so poised. He is so much older than his years. It is hilarious. We were laughing on the pregame that he literally has to still wear the frozen backpack, be hazed while he's going in.
I'm telling you, they need to like graduate him. They need to you know what, Rook, good job tonight.
Yeah, like here's a JanSport.
Yeah. Move on. Do you know what JanSport is? Is that really?
Yeah, just flying over my head.
You don't know the brand JanSport? They make backpacks?
It was a big deal in the 90s. I was going to say, I think
I
that's
just missed it, brother.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's
Here's a JanSport
you
with
dated
a
yourself.
trapper.
Yeah,
with a trapper in it.
I know. Hey, so are you, buddy?
I know. Eli made a Vogt youngster joke the other day on the show. I'm like,
you're like, not really.
Christian Braun.
I had my first kid your age, you know that.
That's pretty fucked up.
And
Christian Braun is oh man, this was going to be a good take too. You just
I just fucked you up with existential dread.
So how much does it matter, for real, to be a winner? How much does that matter? And Calvin talking about how he really cares about that in the draft. That wasn't just, a bonus with Christian. That's what he liked about him.
Yep.
Thinking about the reasons why rookies don't play in the playoffs and how the playoffs are a different game. Not every rookie wins a national championship in college or some high school championships. And so Christian Braun, I think, has as much to learn as every rookie, except for the intimidation factor. Not coming up small under the lights. Oh, this moment needs me to be confident. I can be confident. I am not scared. So limited on this stage, right? Like as a rookie, understandably, but not in his confidence. He is fearless. And you see now where, this is a guy who's played in these moments and come up big. Round 1, Minnesota. He's not sweating it. He'll go right at Rudy. Yeah. He'll go right at him.
Bigger challenges are ahead, but the guy really is solid. And, he didn't play a lot in the last game, and I think it was a mistake. He played more tonight. Nuggets cruise to another win. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to get to your guys' super chats while we wait for Harrison Wind, who is live in Minneapolis at Target Center, and is going to report from what I've told is a very interesting locker room.
The NBA dream is over for all of us. I guess I shouldn't speak for you guys. It's over for me. But there's a lot of ways you can still stay competitive, have fun on the court, on the field. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can get it done with Volo Sports, the largest social sports company in the U.S. The Volo Kids Foundation is a separate 501c3 that provides free sports camps to kids in each Volo city. So we play at Volo so the kids can play free, baby. The DNVR crew, we are in the Cherry Creek Bowling League on Mondays. D-Line's one of our ringers. I mostly just get drunk and eat chicken tenders. It's a great time. You guys want to be in on that? Trust me, if you don't have a team, sign up as a free agent. Some teams could use some extra help. Maybe we could use some extra help. There's the Volo Pass, a monthly membership program, gives you unlimited access to sports, events, social activities every night. If you're a Denverite, you probably know about Volo. You've probably seen those shirts. Get yourself involved in the Volo community, and whenever your game is done, just come to the DNVR bar for some post-game beers. Get that Volo Pass today, start playing in leagues today, and make sure to use code DNVR10 for $10 off. That's www.volosports.com/Denver. One more time, www.volosports.com/Denver. Let's talk about our friends at Illegal Pete's. You guys met Pete, is that right?
Dude, we met Pete.
He's the best.
Dude, I would say he's quite...
Are you talking about my friend Pete?
Your good friend Pete.
Yeah,
I want to legalize Pete.
I do too,
Bring
man.
him back, dude. Bring him
I
back
would
to the
love
bar.
to legalize Pete.
Legalize Pete's. Well, graduation season's coming up. Let's face it, all the soon-to-be graduates deserve a celebration that's as epic as they are. Sometimes you go to graduations, they got the little sandwiches, the corner ones with the toothpicks. I like those, but you know what gets me even more excited?
What's that, baby?
Queso.
So
much queso. Taquitos, burritos, buddies. Graduation party, usually your buddies are there. Make sure you get your burritos, your queso. And it's basically like you're at Illegal Pete's. To book your order, head to catering.illegalpete's.com. That's catering.illegalpete's.com. Don't make yourself pull another all-nighter trying to figure out what the people are going to eat at your graduation party.
What, you make cocktail wieners?
No, make an easy call. invite the actual Pete to your graduation party.
The worst at the party.
When the cocktail wieners show up, it's...
They have a random sauce that I know is going to give me a tummy ache.
It's mustard, Dev.
No, it's not mustard.
No, it's like a cocktail. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not ketchup, but it's not ketchup.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst.
Wow, what an aside there. Guys, it's time to ceremonially climb one more step in our quest. To reach 16. What are we at right now? Let's go. We are on step number. You know what? Starting to see a little progress here.
Yeah.
You know,
starting
like
to see a little progress.
Start to notice it here.
Somebody commented. They're like, "Well, what happens when they lose a game?" I'm like, "Well,
it
wouldn't be a step, but
they don't go higher.
Maybe we won't even have to answer that question."
Yeah, let's not answer that question. Let's just go there. You know what? 3 games, 3 times we've got to climb up another step. All right, let's get to Super Chats. I hear there's 1 or 2.
Oh, sorry. Rich Crumb. I love that name.
Crumb.
It's nice that Gobert had his daddy on back to school night once again. So dependable.
Yoke really does own him, man.
It's tough, man.
It is tough.
It is tough. That's
I
supposed
feel
to
so
be
bad for
the
him.
thing that he does.
Me too.
Oh,
Jen
dude.
Budawan. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy
hell
birthday,
yeah. Happy
Jem.
birthday,
Excuse me,
Jem.
Happy
Jem.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Jem. Spreading the love. Hot take. If the Nuggets get past the second round, they winning it all. All the Nuggets are good. Yeah, Mike. LFG.
Dude, I love when a super chat just devolves into just saying things over. It's my favorite.
All the Nuggets are good.
Just smashing all
LFG.
Play the hits, baby.
Mike.
Speaking of the hits, old friend 55555-ish checking in. This team's just built different. Another Yeah Mike win, down only 13 more Yeah Mike wins till 16 Yeah Mike wins to the Yeah Mike NBA championship.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
Mike.
Freddie, let's talk about how good AG has been hitting his free throws.
That's
Freddie,
true.
Mind meld. I
Talked
got
about
you,
it. Good
dog.
job bringing it up.
So proud. I
was
was
it him?
worried
It was
about
him.
that. It was me coming into the playoffs. You have no memory. But so
don't.
far, he's been clutch. He has been clutch. My voice just cracked. Can I try that again? He's been clutch. Another MPJ appreciation chat. DNVR rocks.
Let's
Love
go,
it, man.
Let's go.
You guys are bringing
Jeff
it today.
Morton.
Wow.
The king of
Let's go. Colorado Sportscast Podcast.
I'd like to extend this laurel and hearty middle finger to the national media who doomed the Nuggets after one lousy quarter, telling on themselves.
They doomed him? When did they doom him? Oh, because the third
that
quarter.
was your friend.
Hold on. Do you
Who's my
understand?
friend? Who was it?
It was Locked on NBA.
Hold on.
That's doomed.
Yeah.
Do you understand the reference that he made earlier? The Laurel
Yeah,
and
don't
Hardy.
get the Laurel part.
Of course, dude, we get it, but the audience might not, so just go ahead and share that.
Laurel and Hardy were a comedy duo, I think from the 40s.
Yeah, that flew right over my head.
Laurel and Hardy was a fat guy and a skinny guy.
Wow,
was like me
incredible.
and Dev.
I love it. We actually
won't
have
say
Harrison
who's
win
who.
from the
gonna win.
arena. Let's go. Let's bring him in now live from Minnesota.
We're in Minnesota now.
He's in Minnesota now.
Minnesota now.
He's in Minnesota now. That looks like a man that traveled early in the morning this morning.
Dude, yeah, Harrison spent a little
I
too
mean,
much.
you look great, Harrison. Sorry, you look great.
How many corn dogs do you have in the Mall of America, dude?
All right, can you turn it up so we could hear him there? It might be good. Win, how was it there in Target Center, man?
Can you hear me?
There you go. Now we got you.
It was great, man. Target Center, this is a really, really loud arena. Like the level of noise like that this arena gets to is so much higher than Ball Arena. Like it just gets so much louder in here. And that's not like because of the fans. It's just because this is an older building that was built different, and there's just like more of an intimate feel in here. So the environment for games here is always crazy, and it was tonight. I mean, especially when Minnesota was going at the beginning of the game, the environment was great, and it was a really fun night. Really fun.
Quiet at all? Because I felt like Denver. I mean, maybe I'm just too confident, but I just feel like Denver was in control for almost all of this game. Was there like a quietness to them or a nervous energy at any point?
They were loud until the Christian Braun run. That quieted the crowd for good. After that, it was dead silent. I tweeted this out, like, the in-arena people were trying to get this crowd to make noise after that, and it was just dead. Nobody, like, made a peep after that Christian Braun run. People started leaving when it was only, like, a 7-point game, and there were still, like, 3.5 minutes left. I mean, that tells you about the belief that I think the Timberwolves fan base has in their team. But that was the moment when the Nuggets like silenced this crowd for good.
Room.
The locker
Big
room,
Waz.
man,
Shout out Big Waz in the chat. Hell yeah, we gotta get Big Waz on, man.
Absolutely.
Waz, I'll hit you up tomorrow. We gotta get you on the show.
The locker room and Michael Malone, like they've been this entire series. They've just been like super. I'm just realizing the mic isn't plugged in. Why don't you guys tell me?
And dramatic. Where did Witten go? Did we?
Don't worry, Harrison.
Did we lose?
I know what it's like, bud.
Oh, the pressure of the.
No, I was gonna. Why don't you guys tell me the mic plugged in? No, the locker room and like Michael Malone tonight, they were the same that they've been all series. There's just like this confidence and sense of calm and just like, yeah, we knew we were going to be locked in and we knew we were going to win every game this series. Like that's just the sense that everybody's putting out there, and it's been like the takeaway from these last 3 games. It is like we expected to win. We expected to win about how we've won. Like none of this is a surprise. We're just kind of taking care of business. That was kind of the theme of tonight, I thought. Michael Malone had a couple good lines post game. He said, and this is just kind of speaking to what I just said. He said, we know the team that we are, we know what we're capable of, and we just know what our goals are. And then he went on to say that Aaron Gordon is an unsung hero of this team right now for the defensive assignments that he's taken on this series, how he's battled at backup center. And yeah, so that was really good. And then we talked to Michael Porter. We talked to Christian Braun. We talked to Nikola Jokic. And Michael Porter on Christian Braun said, look, we're very lucky to have him. Michael Porter said, it definitely felt like we needed to win this. We had like a sense of urgency in this game. We have a sense of urgency about these playoffs. And again, like the theme that all these guys talked about is just like, yeah, we're just taking care of business. Like this isn't anything crazy.
I love that this is just run-of-the-mill stuff. They really are a veteran team. But that is how you handle it when you're a veteran team. You're just like, oh, yeah, it's the first round. That's the tune-up. We got to do this.
This is the expectation.
Yeah, it's just an expectation. I love it.
Yeah. Nikola Jokic was asked, I think Katie asked him to grade the Nuggets' performance this series on a scale of like F to A. And then Jokic said that in Serbia, they actually go by 1 to 5 instead of letter grades. And so
what did we get?
A 4 and a 4 plus.
Dude, has there ever been any clear indication that Jokic is meant for this show? Ask him to rate things 1 to 5.
Yeah. Jokic, would you go higher or lower than 4 in round 2? Can you cheer that for us?
Nuggets got a 4 plus from Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
That's
baby.
not bad. A 4 plus. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I would have given him a 5 minus, but that's all right.
Yeah.
5
Nikola Jokic said, quote, "We give them like a lot of respect. We know they're dangerous. We don't want them to play freely. The focus that we've had in our discipline has been off the charts," he said.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, whatever. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment.
We give them a lot of respect.
No, I actually think that's kind of the truth. You think he's lying there?
I think he's scoring very easily on Gobert. When he's bothered to try to score.
I still think he has respect for Minnesota.
I'm just teasing, Win. Come on, man.
No, I think you're right though, Wind.
I have to keep up the agenda that Nikola Jokic has never told a lie. So, yeah.
What else you got for us?
But yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Well, there you go. Nuggets up 3-0. Give us your final thoughts, or possibly just your big takeaway, or kind of put a button on it, Wind.
I would say that it has been like so obvious what the differences are between Minnesota and Denver through 3 games.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are just, well, first off, they're like an actual team. Minnesota just plays like a bunch of individuals. Like the Nuggets have chemistry, culture, poise, leadership. Like they're everything the Timberwolves are not, and that has just been so obvious through 3 games. And this is a sweep. This series is going to end on Sunday.
Oh, there you go. You heard it.
Since you're in Minnesota, was there any we want Denver chants going on? Did you hear
Spicy
any of that?
death.
No, there weren't, but I wasn't in the room for this, obviously, but I heard that Anthony Edwards sat down at the podium and said, "We've still got 4 games to win," and then walked off.
Anthony Edwards did not do media availability tonight. He was requested.
That was his media availability. He
That
sat
was it?
down. He sat allegedly. This is what was told to me. He sat down. He said, "We still have 4 games to win," and then walked off.
Love the energy, youngin. He's the one that brings it, but I don't know if that's going to be true. All right, Wind. Have fun in Minnesota. What are you going to do with your day off?
Oh, dude, eat some cheese curds.
I don't know. Probably
Go to Target.
All right, Nuggets fans in Minneapolis, hit him up. Hit up Harrison.
Yeah, dude.
Probably hang out at the Marriott City Center. Hit me up.
There you go. Wow, giving
let's
away his
go,
location.
dude.
All right, Win. Have fun tonight,
Good stuff,
buddy.
man.
Can't wait to see what you write about tonight's game.
No,
Oh,
he's
he's
out.
gone.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
fuck yourself, Adam.
All right, let's take one last break. On the other side, we'll finish off these super chats.
You'd think I'd be prepared for
Yeah.
this because I did the first 2
We've
breaks.
done
No, you have to
literally
drink a Red
1,000
Bull.
of
It's
these shows.
11:30.
Yeah.
You and Matt Moore just why not Red Bull?
I have to write, buddy.
There you go.
Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. Try the Mile High City Golden Ale. It is it's a new taste with a retro look.
Whoa, DPOG
But it's kind of-
given to Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, huh?
He had some good defense on Ant.
There you go.
You got a little picture there in your bottom. I don't know if that's your left or right corner because I don't know anything, but you can see it there. Breckenridge Brewery's Mile High City Golden Ale. Tastes delicious, looks even better. You can put the case or those empty beer cans up in your man or woman cave. They look great. They taste great. Check them out. And if you don't know where to find them, check out the Breck Beer Locator. Tell it where you live. Tell it what you're looking for, and it will tell you where to start walking. I like that. Convenience is important to me. You know what else is convenient? Betting and winning with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. It's particularly convenient because most of my bets come from Dev on this show, and it's my job to show up here, and so he just gives them to me. But if you're feeling more confident than I am, you can bet on all the NBA playoffs. Big hoops action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Get in on the excitement of every game with the touch of a button. Right now, new customers can make $5 pregame moneyline bet and score $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. Plus, everyone can score a no-sweat same-game parlay every day during the NBA playoffs. Just open up the app, place the same-game parlay on any NBA game, and if it doesn't hit, you get a bonus bet back up to $10. Download the app now. Sign up with promo code DNVR. And remember, this is only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Use promo code DNVR, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050, or visit gamblinghelpline.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY, or text HOPENY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700 on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
It's gotten longer, that disclaimer.
Yeah, it's gotten longer.
I like to you see you rocking in pain, just trying to get through that thing.
All right, here we go. Final segment here, but first, you guys, this is one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. From Grace Marlowe, she says, Zach Zarba explaining to Nikola Jokic that he hasn't actually been fouled.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
That's one of the best tweets I've ever seen.
I'm retweeting
Shouts
that.
to Grace Marlowe. Hilarious. May or may not be swinging by the Winners Lounge here shortly. All right, let's get to some more super chats. We have so many.
That is a ridiculous tweet. MPJ
so
with
good.
amazing finishes at the rim. KCP stroking again. Towns sucks at passing. First sweep in Nugget history. What a time to be alive.
Let's go.
Robert George, first time I've ever seen us up 3-0 in a series. The watch along was great too.
There you go.
David
Watch-alongs
Raw,
are fun. I like them.
the Nuggets are 1-0 when Jeff Cregan has 2 or more rebounds in the playoffs.
Let's go.
The
dude.
Nuggets are 3-0 in the
That's
playoffs.
I was going to say, they're
that's
also
the key.
1-0 when he
Yeah,
doesn't. So
no, I love that stat. Some people just get the show.
Some people
Mullet,
do.
Rudy, and Mike are riding a 6-game losing streak against Jokic in the playoffs. Mike Conley, right? That's what he means. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, those fellas, they know. James Allen, is it me or does it seem like the Joker is holding back, saving himself for the Suns? I live in the Valley and can't wait to bring it to them.
I'll say this since it's late enough in the show. I have heard that the Nuggets wouldn't mind the Suns.
Have they been watching the series? Is that why?
Before the playoffs even began, I just was like, worried about the Suns, this or that. And I just heard, I think that's a matchup we wouldn't mind. So take that for what you will.
All right, listen.
Walter Worthy, love how he responded to the T-Wolves' big 3 runs, Zarba and crew. Apologies for the mall slander earlier. MPJ is him. Team's got me feeling janitorial-like. LFG.
Sweep.
Here's the danger in a watch-along with Jamal Murray. We all know you cannot utter any Murray analysis before the second half. He will make it age poorly. Justin Midyet, what is Christian Brown's ceiling? A rookie with his impact and poise in the playoffs is bananas. BANANAS.
That is his ceiling. Bananas.
I don't know, man, because he's an interesting one because he's a pretty contained player, I think, in terms of what he's best at.
Totally. Yeah, his ceiling's probably not that far off where he's at, honestly, but
the floor is
very
real
good.
high. The floor is real
floor
high.
is very high.
VKM, this is great, but nothing was better than D-Line calling the Novi Sad double last game. Volimo te brate. Can't read that last part.
Volimo is like, what is it, Serbia Voli? DNVR?
Yes.
Volimo.
Oh, love you, brate. Love you,
brother.
brate. But I don't know what
I speak a little
TS Nas?
Serbian here.
Yeah, dude. So good at it. Seth Bang. Let's go, MPJ, with at least 1 in every stat category except turnovers.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. And curse you, D-Line. I can't keep buying shirts.
I know.
Stop dropping heat over there, bro.
Actually, you can keep buying shirts.
That's the thing is that you have to literally wear a shirt every day.
That being said, says Seth, my diehard discount has more than paid for
Hell
itself.
yeah. That's actually really smart.
Oh, truth. And like, if you're watching, you're not a diehard and you want a shirt, like, become a diehard. You get the shirt for free.
yeah,
Like,
it's way
it's just
better.
like a little bit extra, and then
You
whatever.
get even more of us.
It supports us.
303 card, Michael 40 Minutes Jr. He did play 40 tonight. Lockdown with
really did.
Officer Brown. The most critical or ethical,
Ethical.
triple-double ever.
That was
no free throws.
Dude, that was such an ethical
great
one.
point.
No stat padding at all.
That's a great point.
Dude, yeah.
It's like the Nobel, gonna get a Nobel Prize for that triple-double. Tommy Uidera, D-Line, gorgeous. Get Bruce Brown more cowboy hats to keep him.
Dude, he's been really good in these playoffs.
It's true.
He's definitely been meaningfully better in the playoffs.
Well,
than
some
the regular
guys are
season.
afraid in the playoffs.
Dude,
Bruce
he's
Brown,
an energy
Brown is
guy.
not afraid of literally anything on earth.
anything or anyone.
All right.
The only thing I don't like about Bruce is the Boston Association. Other than that,
Move on
What
with
a
your
fella.
life.
Whatever.
All right, sorry guys. Nicholas Purdue. As soon as Matt Moore picked the Wolves, I knew we were good. Matt did not pick the Wolves.
Did he pick the Wolves?
No, he did not pick the Wolves.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that would have been nuts.
What about
Mile High
Rob
Hoser,
picked the
MPJ
Wolves.
quotable. We don't have a big 3. We have a big 10, a big 12. Hell yeah, Mike. This is the essence of the squad, selfless and mature.
Let's go,
Dude, I'm telling you, the Michael Porter is such a great story, man.
Love it. The homie
Steve May
May.
intrigued to catch Game 4 of Sixers versus Nuts versus the Nets. Joel
Nuts.
Embiid
versus the Nuts. They keep punching
is
the
Joel
nuts.
Embiid out for that game or
No,
likely to
no.
miss?
Oh, yeah, he's going to miss it,
Because he has the
actually.
sprain.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss it. Yeah,
Right knee.
that is
Your
nuts.
nuts are safe.
Your
That
nuts
is
are
nuts.
safe. Can you imagine if the Nuts had not choked that lead? All right, what else?
Yeah, I hate
you
when
got?
the nuts get choked.
All right, man. If we weren't demonetized before, Robert June. These games are so much more fun with the watch along. Shout
Hey.
out from New York to the whole crew, including S3.
Hell yeah, S3.
All of DNVR is good. All the Nuggets are good.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad people like the watch-alongs.
Yeah.
Because they do
Dustin
take energy.
Zimmerman. First time watching live stream. Grew up in Denver, but in Charlotte now. Seems the Gobert trade was one of the worst ever. Eesh. Cat and him hardly on the floor together. Basically gave up their future for a backup center.
Yikes.
That is kind of what happened.
Kicking them while they're down.
Yikes.
Tim's like, I'm going to Washington. See you guys later. Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, no, sorry about y'all's future.
Yeah. Enjoy A-Rod. Remember when Dane Moore liked this matchup? And D-Line is a god. What a treat.
What a treat.
Date's a good guy. He did not like it the last time he was on the show. He admitted that was a poor decision.
You're also like, you have to pick a team.
You have to pick somebody.
I don't
and
think
they
they
picked the
lose.
worst.
You have to
possible
back
one.
your team also.
You also, yeah.
It'd be wild to just go on somebody else's show and be like, y'all are going to just smoke us. I feel a sweep coming. Like what?
I've wasted my life.
Yeah, we like Dane on this show. Steve Wynn, I've been a Nuggets fan for 30 years. First time able to carry a broom into a game 4.
Unless you were working
go.
there.
Did the Nuggets not sweep? I think in 2009 they swept.
They swept the Hornets.
They
in
swept the
2009,
Hornets,
yeah.
so.
But the Jokic sweep. Did you guys see Zarko drunkenly miming a broom at the end of
Oh,
the game?
dude, he's the best.
The vibe was tremendous. Nick Orton. Oh, one other from Ryan Kelly. Remember when? Oh, we did that one.
You know
Remember
what?
when
They did not. 4-1. I had mistook
that was
this.
4-1?
That was 4-1. In my mind, it was a sweep, but it was not. That was a 5-game series.
We even did
Have
a
the Nuggets
rewatch.
never swept?
Well, they still haven't.
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's not get out of our.
I'm
just
just
chill
saying.
out. Everyone, chill out.
Just calm down.
Just chill
Please
out.
calm
Ryan
down.
Kelly circling back to hit the Dane Moore beat one more time. Also, D-Line is a god amongst boys. What a treat.
What a treat.
By the way, D-Line, your premonition was just that they'd be trailing at some point, right? Do we think it was quarter 3 of game 2?
Could be.
This man is clairvoyant. Nick Orton. The watch-alongs keep me relaxed and sane.
That's wild.
That's insane. That's a wild... I mean, thank you. Without
Yeah,
it,
dude,
I am
that's some
frustrated
chaotic
and
energy.
angry. Please keep it going.
Love it.
I'm glad people are liking it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Post-Nets clarity checking in. Ant, Big Cat, and Gobert.
I get it.
You get it? It's called a callback. Ant, Big Cat, and Gobert sounds like a zoo. It does. It does.
Super chatted to get off a great
A
insult.
knee slapper.
Alejandro Botello, friend of the takeover. These are the 3-0 best in the West. Minnesota isn't even a test. Denver freaking Nuggets. Many said they wanted Denver. Here we are. Brooms in hand. Toke Rasmussen. Yeah, Mike. Bradley Moss. Regular season can be super icky since there's others agendas than just winning every game. In the playoffs, there's only one agenda, and it is so satisfying to watch, like a perfect spread of butter.
Man, it is like a perfect
I don't
spread
know
of
that
butter.
I've ever thought about how much I enjoy butter spreading so perfectly.
I will say though, if you ever go to a nice restaurant with good bread and the butter is a brick that you can't, it
dude,
sucks.
it does
But
suck.
if you get one that's like all like room temperature,
Yeah.
it's like,
You're
dude,
like-
this
you're
is
like-
so good.
This reminds me of the Denver Nuggets dominance.
It really does. By the way, I just looked it up. I don't think the Nuggets have ever swept in the NBA.
Okay, well, they still haven't. Let's go.
I'm just saying, if they do, it would be that cool.
Yeah. You know, they've happened
It's
a lot
so
of things.
crazy that we could talk about it once they do.
Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy once we talk about it when it happens.
Joe Clem 15. CB has had the best rookie year since Melo? Question mark in Denver.
I don't know.
Bones had a good one.
Bones got
Bones had a good
second
one.
team All-NBA.
You don't get that though doing what Christian Brown does, but it's actually really valuable if you're
It's
not a
just that Christian
star
Brown
caliber
didn't play
player.
enough.
He didn't play enough.
He didn't play
That's
enough.
true.
But
to be able to,
I understand
but
your
at
point.
this point, yeah, he's
Maybe best Nuggets team. He's in the playoff
yeah,
rotation.
ridiculous.
Like you wouldn't say Christian Brown won the game from tonight, but he kind of did. It just was like
In that he was a Denver
It
Nugget.
helped them not lose it. Steve May. I'm a Boothist.
In Economy
Guys are cracking me up
Boothist.
tonight. Oh, I love this chatter. The Great Browse. Statement says the same. Nuggets in 4.
Nugs in 4. I love that we have a chance to sweep. I love it.
Austin,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Austin Welch. It's not ketchup, but it's not ketchup.
Yeah. Talking about the cocktail weenie sauce.
I was lost for a second.
That's called a callback.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Dude,
Shut
so
this thing down. We
stop
just
the
peaked.
Justin Peters, first time super chatter. I think I speak for all DNVR fans when I say thank you all for making this special run even more exciting.
Vibes.
No, thank you. Two-way street. Thank all of you hanging out.
S2.
S2 of S3 fame. Does anyone have a broom laying around over there? Nuggets in 4. Appreciate the love y'all showed to S3 as always. Was shocked to see him on the watch along when I tuned in.
You're like looking around from your
is
house.
he
You don't know
not
where he
home?
is.
Yeah.
Hold on, S2. What you don't know is that S3 tonight after the game requested from our events coordinator if he could turn the mic on in the bar and then let a Nuggets chant.
Yeah.
It works.
It was actually
And it works.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey man, let me have the
But
mic.
just imagine.
He's like,
You guys were in the watch along before Porter goes up for that dagger. S3 just jumped in front of the camera, back turned
and went,
with 3
like,
fingers.
and it went in. When
the
I was
coolest
his
thing
age,
I've ever
when I was his age, I literally was too afraid to ask the woman at McDonald's for ketchup.
I was like baseball grabbing farts and throwing them across the room.
I'm so glad he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, S3.
He's
Homie.
instead leading chance.
The great browse. Nuggets in 15. Sweep. Wait, what? Murray for
CPOTY.
what is that?
Canadian player of the year.
Canadian Player of the Year.
I think.
Like that. Comeback Player
Comeback
of the Year.
player of the year.
Good stuff, everyone. Good stuff, guys.
Well, shouldn't that have to be the CB?
NBA analysts. NBA analysts.
Or cocktail weenies
I was
player of
like,
the year?
yeah, that sounds right.
Sounds right?
Kelsey, you
Canadian
idiots.
player of the year.
Mitchell,
So dumb.
Browntown!
Mitchell Cox, Browntown. Minnesota, you are now Browntown.
Minnesota's.
Dude, Greytown.
Austin Welch, why go to Carl Towns when you can go to Browntown?
That's right, dude.
That's right.
Dude, Carl Towns has been evacuated.
Jason Cap, no cap. The DNVR crew is the best. Been a Nuggets fan since the 80s, and I've never had a better feeling with better vibes. Jubilee, my friends.
Let's go. I love that. That's my
Jason?
favorite thing about this is that there's so many people that have been following the Nuggets for so long, and that was such a solitary pursuit
Right.
in the city of Denver. There's so many people that are just so thankful that there are others that are like them, and they're able to find them. That is the best part about this.
The boy's dad must have enough ATA for Vogt to gloat about the Celtics game. I've heard that the misses are better if you watch the highlights than just the knowing that he airballed is
Yeah,
good.
really?
But I've heard I really have to go see it. So
Ooh, can't wait for that one.
that's what I got the Red Bull for. I'm going to watch Jason Tatum highlights. Aaron Tanzer. Shazam with Sinbad from 94. Available on eBay. What? 5v8 LFG NBA be damned. Is he trying to sell?
It's not on. I mean, you could think there is one, but it's not. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as.
I remember watching it.
You remember it?
Shazam. Oh, it's that thing.
It's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, that's the thing. Laking Ball. What
Oh,
up, dude?
no.
Laking Ball. Let's talk, brother. I know I give hates to the Nuggets sometimes, but they really were robbed with injuries last 2 years in the playoffs. All love today. Nuggets are legit. Damn, I can't even cap. No more. It's just fact.
Listen, we've been saying.
Shout out Laking. Also, Laking, how did the Celtics do today?
Hey, he's trying to
Keep
be
going.
cool,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
man.
right.
Jeez.
We've got a thing. We've got a
Well, yeah,
report.
you got
We've got a report.
This is how people in Boston talk to each
Yeah.
other.
They're
We're basically saying, "I
somebody's
love
like,
you."
yeah, someone's like,
fuck
hello,
you.
and you're like, oh, hey, fuck you.
Fuck yo. Met D-Line for the first time last Sunday. It was a little like meeting Michael Jordan. You could sense the presence the seconds he walked into the bar.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say that you punched him in the face.
That's why it was like Michael Jordan, dude. I punched him and then I went like this.
Debilitating gambling problem as well. It's very crazy.
Clarence Molina, unsung stat, AG. Oh, here we go. 80% from the free throw line in the series.
Bro.
That's what I was looking for.
My man is not
So he's probably
sleeping. He's
missed a
staying
couple.
up in his little apartment shooting free throws.
Michael Talley, just want to say, you guys have been awesome all year long, and it's made a fantastic Nuggets year so much more fun.
Man, you're our best. You're
Right
the
back
best.
at you, dog. Right
Super
back
chats
at
that
you.
compliment us. Those are great.
Let's go.
Make me feel so
I
special.
never get complimented at home. Joe Pollock, Christian Brown is Bruce Bowen. That Porter soundbite was amazing. We got a Big 10? No, Big 12. However many guys we got over there.
Let's go.
I love it.
All right.
Porter,
Only
underrated
4 more
podium
left.
guy.
Let's go. Keep it
Underrated
going. Keep it
microphone
going.
guy.
Power through.
RR, is this the playoff 8-man roster?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to get a chance at some point.
Yep.
Just out of, like, it's just how it goes. But
Yep.
I think this is the foxhole.
Joe in Philly letting us know Monte Morris just tweeted that Jamal Murray is very good at basketball, LOL.
It's true.
We quote tweeted that and we said Monte Morris is Mr. Nugget, LOL.
Emeritus.
Hugh Jazz, this series is making me think less of Cat.
You guys, not that this is our business. This is going to be bad for Cat. This is a bad series,
Yes,
man.
this is bad.
This is going to be bad for him.
And a couple more super. Chris Clay LaValle, all the Nuggets are good. D-line is a GOAT.
He is a goat.
Elon's getting that love tonight.
It's
What do you
because
mean?
the shirt. It's the shirt.
Lincoln
that's
Ball
right.
wants
You did
you
do
guys
that.
to know it's how we talk in Boston. And Jason Tatum's shooting is the most scariest thing I've ever seen. I know Bevo is going to die for those highlights. Sad night.
There you go.
I appreciate
Sad
it.
night for you, but you know what? It was a great night. Hit that outro music there, Kale. It was a great night for us. Let's go.
Dev has not been more awake.
Let's all go around and give a couple more takes here. I got a couple more questions. No, guys, this was a great night, man. The bar was absolutely popping. Sunday,
What a treat.
come on down to the bar. If you haven't
Yeah.
been, I'm telling you, it's a
It's
good
on now.
time, man. It really is on.
It's
I think
officially now on.
I think it's officially now on. It was actually, I would say it's up
Yep.
because you can't go from off
It
to
was
on.
but it was on. It was turned on and then went up.
Everybody, please hit that like button on the way out. We're going to be back on Sunday. We'll see you then.
Let's go.